Welcome to SCOPE. This is Scoper Silas Atefo. Permit me to talk to you today about grassroots mobilization. The Southern Cameroonian Congress of the People, SCOPE, being a grassroots movement, which is one of the main pillars of our organization, holds grassroots mobilization as a pillar of our movement. I'm here today to talk to our people on the importance of this particular pillar of our organization. Grassroots movement simply is enacting actions from the people and not through the people, and not from bottom up and not from top down. That's from the people to the leadership and not from the leadership to the people. Because common problems are usually faced by the people, and unless the common people harness these problems in an effective way, leadership being at the top might not be very conversant with the real problems of the people, or might just offer solutions that may not be very far-reaching despite the good intentions. So organizing from the grassroots to solve problems is the best way possible any community can handle issues. Now, it is very important, especially in this moment of our struggle, to favor grassroots mobilizations, to encourage it. And SCOPE has actually put in place an organization to enable these grassroots mobilizations possible. Our organization is structured in a way that the population, the common man, from their environment can galvanize themselves around issues and bring them forward and seek for common solutions and handle these problems from the grassroots with guidance from leadership. Now, in the context of our current struggle, I want to use a couple of examples to set our mind on the very importance of grassroots mobilizations. We have had so many times our leadership, whether it's the interim government or the other frontline movements, come up with projects. Take, for instance, Twitter. Very often we come up and we say that Twitter is an avenue through which we speak to the international community. And then our leaders come to push us to go to the social media, to go to Twitter, and make the voices of the people heard. Because trust me, the international community will rather listen to what the people are saying than just what the leaders are talking about. So such an action like coming to Twitter and speaking to the rest of the world can easily represent the will of the people more than that of the leadership. And if we are not organized in a way that the common man, the grassroots people can speak, it will be very difficult. And it has been very difficult. Trust me, it has been very difficult for our people to speak to the international community in a way that will create impact. Why? Because we have not been organized in a grassroots movement or in a grassroots based movement. We have constantly followed the top-down system of leadership and forgotten totally about the grassroots, and it has actually hindered our communication with the international community. Let me explain this. You would see, let me use Twitter again as an example to explain how grassroots mobilization is lacking in our struggle. You would find Chris Anno, our communications secretary, come online on Facebook. You would have 2,000 people come online to watch him talk live. He will come on and he will animate us and we will be happy. Mark Barata will come on live on Facebook. 2,000 persons will come online and they will animate us and we will be happy. Eric Tato will come online and 5,000 people will come online. He will speak to us and we will be excited. That is us talking to ourselves. Very, very important, has a very big role. Now, Twitter is where the international community listens to us. It is very important for us to ask ourselves, why is it that when Mark Barata posts a tweet on Twitter and we don't have 1,000, we don't even have 500 retweets, we don't even have 200 retweets? Why is it that Chris Anno, our communications secretary, puts a tweet on Twitter and we don't even have 100 retweets? Why is it that when Eric Tato puts a tweet on Twitter, we don't have 100 retweets? Now, the international community and other news agencies are following our public figures on Twitter. Our retweeting of their tweets gives them some kind of backing and the mandate to speak on our behalf. We have not seen a lot of international media speak to our people, to our leaderships, with the exception of maybe Joe Ayaba. International community, international media is not really showing a lot of interest to speak to our leadership. But we the people can force the international community by endorsing these leaders through Twitter. And if we had a structure like SCCOP, which is a grassroots movement and has the structure which is in place to mobilize the people to speak at any given time, the voice of the people, such validation could be easily attained. Let me tell you how SCCOP organizes around Twitter. SCCOP has little cells all over the world. Once, say, our leadership, the leadership of SCCOP makes a tweet, now the different leaderships of the different areas, they ensure that their members retweet that tweet. They have a Twitter organ of the organization that ensures that every member retweets that tweet of our leadership or of our whether it's the Samsoya Center, all scopers make sure they retweet that tweet. That is because we are organized in a structure that enables such action to be possible. Now, imagine if every Ambazonian was a scoper, if every Ambazonian bought into this grassroots mobilization system. And the 2,000 persons who watch Chris Anno every time he comes out will automatically generate 2,000 tweets, 2,000 retweets of Secretary Chris Anno. Do you, Southern Cameroonian Ambazonians, do you know what kind of validation that gives to our leaders? That is actually more than voting at the ballot box as far as social media is concerned. So the idea of grassroots mobilization is a fact which is undeniably a big tool for the internationalization and diplomacy in this struggle. Make no mistake, SCCOP has that figured out. It is now left for the rest of Southern Cameroonian Ambazonians to join this grassroots movement so that collective actions can be organized around our issues. Now, let me also go to one instance that has been shaky. Most often, our people will say, oh, people are just in WhatsApp group talking, posting, copying and pasting, and not contributing to the struggle. They are not contributing financially, and they are not contributing ideas. Now, with the grassroots movement of SCCOP, every organization, every cell of SCCOP, wherever they are, all over the globe, we have our system where every cell, they know their members, every member is accountable to their cell, and this kind of personalize the struggle in that aspect, so that the leader of a cell could be made up of about 7 to 10 people. They know themselves very well, and they mobilize along that cell. So if SCCOP needs to fund a project, they don't need to start running around everybody from one central top command, chasing everybody to say, come and contribute to my trip to Boya, come and contribute to SCCOP Ayoktabe Fund. Immediately, a memo is passed to the cells. Action is generated by the leadership of that cell, and every member is accountable to its cell. So it is personalized. Citizens and local people take actions on issues that directly concerns them. They personalize it. They know exactly that I am handling this issue directly. They feel that connection, and it makes work very, very easy. Again, in a broader scale, you might have an initiative from our Samsoya Center for Human Rights and Democracy. Is not yet established in every part of the world. It's established currently in South Africa, and it is already doing some great work. And now, take for instance, our center needs to liaise with another organization here in the United States, but it is found in South Africa. This is what grassroots mobilization does. The fact that SCCOP has its cells and branches all over the world, they are confident of the scopers that they have here in the United States to delegate them to have a meeting with the local organization here, and then just report back to South Africa. That saves cost of operation and facilitates movement, saves time and a lot of bottlenecks. So when people are organized to handle actions from grassroots levels, there is only a win-win for everybody. So SCCOP is here to make things easy for Southern Cameroonians. Our ideas can change the struggle, and we encourage you all to take the initiative to join SCCOP or join an initiative of SCCOP. So there are some people who are not for SCCOP, but they also support SCCOP initiatives. SCCOP have a lot of initiatives, and you can also just be a strategic or a sympathetic partner to support certain initiatives. So feel free to call SCCOP, go on our website, go on our Facebook page, connect with somebody, and know more. Grassroots movement mobilization. It is a core pillar of SCCOP. If anybody comes to you and talk in the name of SCCOP and doesn't tell you about grassroots mobilization, which is simply, in simple words, the people, then they have not told you everything. Grassroots movement mobilization is a core pillar of SCCOP, and we intend to make every SCCOPer preach this gospel as far and wide as possible. Thank you for listening. Ambazonia must be free. SCCOP is for all. SCCOP respect every organization, and SCCOP considers the interim government the sole leadership in the interim for Ambazonia. Thank you again. I am SCCOPer Silas Atefo. Bye-bye.